All right. Not sure if anyone's here, but we're going to go ahead and get started. I apologize for being off for a couple weeks. Been dealing with a family matter. So. Oh, hey Panda. How you doing, man? All right. I think we'll go ahead and do Fantastic Four and Mockingbird tonight. And then next time we'll do our two mutant. Alright, yeah, then we'll definitely wait on doing Storm until you can join us on stream, Panda. Oh, hey, 7:30. Alright, so we'll start off here with Fantastic Four. It is very much a table setter. We first of all, why we picked the Fantastic Four. Well, we had a gear that we needed to be able to award somehow, and it was related to the Fantastic Four, and so we decided to write them an OS because they were part of the Fox band too. So while they did get some story throughout season 1 and not so much during season 2, especially once Doom joined up, we wanted to just still give them a feature. And I mean, it's the first family of Marvel, I think when you go and look at it, people are going to recognize Spider-Man, and the Fantastic Four is one of those top properties with a lot of fans. So just go ahead and read through this, and then hopefully some more people log in and join us. All right, so there is this has a lead-in through the covert task. All of these one-shots in season 1, with the exception of Storm, have covert tasks that help introduce the concept of one-shots. So in hindsight, I would have liked to have added I think missing the dialogue as to how we got here as part of the covert task, and that might be something we need to go back in and adjust or fix. But let me pull it up here. Essentially, the story of the covert task is that Nick Fury is worried about a certain enemy of the Fantastic Four popping up and causing trouble. And that we will find out who that enemy is very soon. All right. Everyone understand their assignments. Ben, Thunder is meeting me down the street. Surprised she agreed to this. She actually seemed excited when I called her. Not quite sure why. Also not quite sure why she wouldn't just come to the Baxter building. Sue, how about you? The teleport is up and running. Coordinates are locked in. Not quite sure what to expect. I talked to Crystal, but she was distracted with Lockjaw. Johnny? Shield is sending me constant updates. Apparently he's close by. Are you sure you don't want me to going after Maury Reed? Oh, Mr. Fantastic, how fun you are to write sometimes. I don't believe it prudent. The majority of occurrences in which a being of aquatic nature encounters somewhat of an incendiary nature, there is a natural elemental advantage to the former over the latter. And as I utilize Sue to be our nerd translator, water beats fire. Yeah, I actually understood that one from Johnny. Good, then let us proceed. All right. So in this one, every member of the Fantastic Four has their own battle. We'll have Thing with Thundra, Mr. Fantastic with Hydro Man, Sue, or Invisible Woman, with Medusa, and Johnny Storm, Human Torch, with Electro. Where should I start? I think the hardest one is probably Mr. Fantastic. So let's go there. What are you doing, Gumby? I'm not doing anything that concerns you and your band of cosmic freaks. I've been taunted and teased my whole life, Maury. Names like Gumby and Freak will neither give me pause nor make me turn heel and run. These older men have done you no harm. Now leave them alone. They got money, and I want it. But if you care about them so much, maybe I should just beat you up and send you back to your ivory tower covered in blood with lungs full of water. I had hoped an altercation would not be required, but I did prepare for such an event. What's that supposed to mean? It means I just planned on talking, but I'm prepared to fight if I must. Well, why didn't you just say that? Hydro Man, not quite on the same intellectual level as one Reed Richards. Alright, so this battle is pretty tough, mainly because... Oh, I should have checked if I had ISO. I don't think I have ISO on. Maybe I do. This battle is pretty tough because Hydro Man can pop an evasion effect. So I think, to start, we're just going to punch him. We'll go here. Let's see if I can get the crit. Nope. Oh, but there's the weak point. The weak point helps. Now we should be able to crit. Bingo! There we go. Got lucky on that one. He didn't use his evasion effect. We got a weak point proc, and that's what you need really to beat that battle. With Mr. Fantastic, his tumble crit is the highest in game. It's the highest in beta 6. It's tied with Kamala Khan's at a 6x crit multiplier. So the biggest thing is you want to make sure that tumble crits, and you really need to boost his accuracy, and obviously his attack will help to accomplish that. But the biggest thing is if you can get that weak point proc, where he basically senses the weakness, and then it's almost free. And like I said, luckily Maury didn't use his evasion effect there, so we got pretty lucky with that. Alright, so here's the end of battle. Shall we continue our confrontation, or will you allow me to accomplish my purpose for being here and allow me to ascertain the facts I require? I'll do whatever you want, just speak English. It's a simple inquiry, Morris. Has the wizard been in communication with you? Yes, we are looking for the wizard. A little bit of a tease there for our more original content down the line. Not recently, no. Why do you want to know? Curiosity more than anything else. Shield, I have... Don't think so, Stretch Armstrong. Guess you aren't as smart as you think you are. Nick Fury pops up. Richards, did you need something? I did, and then I saw the storm drain. You may want to send an agent or two to my coordinates. Help these men with some first aid. I'll stay here until they arrive. And that was the Mr. Fantastic battle. Not as difficult as it usually is, but like I said, we did get lucky. So if you are having trouble with it, you know, make sure your heroes are ISO'd to they're getting. Yep, he did have some ISO there. Make sure your heroes are ISO'd so they can do as much damage as they can. Let me make sure Sue is ISO'd. She's not ISO'd fully. Let's see, what do I have on her? I think I need a athletic. Nope, I don't want the athletic. I want... It's not patient. I must not have one. That's not right either. Oh, skillful. There it is. Got it. I need to go grab a couple skillfuls. Oh, I need to boost his attack. I don't have my charts up. Let's go Mercurial. Take one of those away and add a steady. Let's actually take another one of those away and add another steady. That's Mercurial. Why have we given him so much accuracy? I don't need steady there. I need another skillful. That's why. Okay. And then Thing doesn't have anything. Just gonna go to the store really quick. Get some ISO here. Whoops. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. Patient. I have 11 of those, so that's good. That should be all I need. Go skillful here. Okay. Human Torch. We're gonna go 2 steady. Let's grab 3 skillful. And 1 Mercurial. One second. And then for Thing, I think Thing lost his ISO because, hey Joey, welcome to stream. Glad to see you tonight. And Stalwart. Is Stalwart what I want? Attack and defense. And then let's grab some steady. Oh, I need some more steady. Let's see who we can steal from. That might be full steady. Yep, that's full steady. All right, there we go. Yeah, Joey, it's been a rough couple weeks. Don't want to go too into detail, but it's nice to be, to be back here playing the game, talking about it, get my mind in a few different places. I do have a message here. Let me check. Give me 1 second. Got a friend who's asking about streams, so. All right. Joey, who do you think we should go with next? Should we go with Sue vs. Medusa, Thing vs. Thundra, or Human Torch versus Electro? Hey BR, how you doing, man? Thundra, we'll do Thunder first. I was kind of thinking we would wait on Medusa and Sue until last. How am I? I'm tired, man. It's I know you know what I'm dealing with, and it's definitely been a rough couple of weeks. But I feel like I needed to get on stream and just get my mind elsewhere. So that's what we're doing. All right, Thundra. Ben Grimm, you were able to find me with no trouble, I hope. So let's stop it and really talk about why we wanted to use Thundra here. If there is a common thread between all of the villains that we picked for these one-on-one fights. They have all at one point been part of the Frightful Four. And the name of the OS is Fight or Fright. Or is it Fright or Flight? I can't remember. But BR is going to correct me like in about 3 seconds, I'm sure. The whole idea is... Oh, yep, there it was. Fright or Flight. And... the whole thing with where we wanted to go with this is we wanted to set up Wizard, and we wanted to give some spotlight to the Fantastic Four, as I was saying earlier. As far as enemies goes in game, the Fantastic Four, I mean, there's the UFOs, and then there's Doom. And then, of course, Doom gets lockboxed later, and the UFOs just kind of... The UFOs were never really... I never really felt them as a legitimate threat in-game, if that makes sense. Sorry, I had to take a drink of water there. Sponsored by water. Everybody get some H2O. So we wanted to give the Fantastic Four something to do in Season 2 and beyond. Drink water by Dubs. It's like that episode of The Office where Michael Scott says on his whiteboard, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. Yes, drink water. The idea of Wizard being a villain that we want to touch on is, again, to give focus to all of our characters. It doesn't mean he's going to show up right away. In fact, we wrote this after all of the Season 3 content. So there's a chance he makes an appearance by then. But the point of our OS is in beta 6 is we want to set the table for our future and the future of the game once we get into our own content. And we're planning on continuing to do that. Giving some foreshadowing to what players can expect. Introducing characters that couldn't be introduced because of Disney's the supposed shadow ban of the Fox movie properties, which now is all underneath Disney, which is great, because now we get to see those characters on screen and in the greater universe. And I personally, out of the new Fantastic Four film, I thought was great. Much better than we'd had previously. Just in terms of quality, the cast I was a little wary about, but everybody just killed it in that movie. Whereas I loved the cast of the original movie with Alba and Ian Gruffold, and I'm trying to remember who played Human Torch. He looked a lot like the guy who plays Captain America. Can't remember his name. And then Chickless as Thing was fantastic, and I thought Doom. Julian McMahon was an excellent Doom. Probably the best part of both of those movies. And it's unfortunate that we missed out on Mutants and the Fantastic Four in season 2 of MAA. So we're trying to bring them back into the fold, and with that we think we've got an enemy here that we can really do something with in the future. And Thundra was another one of those characters that was affected by the ban. She, to my knowledge, never appeared in any movie or anything like that, but because she was if I understand it correctly, and I'm not saying I do, but she debuted in a Fantastic Four comic, and so Fox had the rights to her. So, the long-standing rumor was that Thundra was supposed to be a worthy, but that should never happened because they were basically told, no, you can't promote her. And so we wanted to include Thunder here, give her a little bit of something to latch onto, something for her fans, which I don't know how many Thunder fans are out there. Even if it's one, we want to give them something for them. Okay, yeah, all right. I wasn't going to go there, but yeah, we confirmed that Thundra was going to be... is it Greet? Was it Greet? Is that whoever Ghost Rider became? And I think that was Greethoff, right? I can't say that. Yeah. Okay. We did confirm that, and it just got said they got told no, and so they switched it over to Ghost Rider. But yeah, I'll be honest, and I haven't talked to BR about this. I haven't talked to Panda. I haven't talked about anybody about this. I would love to see a world where a worthy Thundra appeared, and just to pay homage to that, because that was the original plan. Personally, as a lover of the original, and the one I want to keep the spirit of the game as alive as much as possible. I feel like Worthy Thundra is very much in the spirit of the game. So I would love to see us be able to do that, but obviously there's no promises on that. But maybe now that I'm saying it, BR will get a little worm in his ear and he'll come up with an idea, or Panda, or I mean, even Joey comes up with an idea. We'll listen. We'll take those ideas. Can't guarantee we'll do anything, but we'll definitely listen. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, that's right, BR. If you can, that is so easy. Because then I don't think we even need the art, do we? Maybe we just need to remake it, but we don't have to redesign it. That would be great. Okay, Thundra and Ben. So if you are a Thundra fan, you know that there was a period of time where she was looking for a mate. And I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Ben Grimm, you were able to find me with no trouble, I hope? Thing says, no trouble, just the normal looks I get walking down the street. Thought you'd be back with the sisterhood. I was, but I found a desire for something else. Tell me, what is it you wanted to talk about? Wanted to know if Wizard's been in contact with you. You know, being an old friend of his. But I still ain't sure why we're standing here in an alley. It is so no one is injured while we fight. I desire to test your might, Grimm, in a goal to find the strongest man this planet has to offer. I really ain't looking for a fight here, just talk. Defeat me in battle, and I will answer everything you desire to know. Aw, geez, I really ain't looking forward to this. Alright. So, the key about this battle, do not use Stonewall. Because Thundra has this thing here, Wallbreaker, performs a follow-up attack against characters with protect or shield effects. So you do not want to use Thundra, or you do not want to use Stonewall. Uh-oh, BR found it. Oh, that's nice. Should I show it, BR? Let me see if I can pull this up in its own page. Here, how about this? What if yeah. Well, let me put it this way. If BR can find it, this is going to sound like BR can't find stuff online. If BR found it, you can probably find it as well. But I really dig that look. It's not overboard like Black Knight is. It's super simple. It's more along the lines of Null, Luke, and jeez, I am so blanking here. Spider-Woman in more of a simplistic design. Yeah, Skirn's doesn't get a lot of added stuff. Yes, Kurth. Spider-Woman, yeah. Joey, what do I think of Thing as a character? Minus syllable 5. Did you make him strong enough to be viable in game? I think Thing is one of the 3 worst heroes in the entire game. I think you can get anybody to the right stats to be able to do damage. But Thing, here's the thing about Thing. Sorry I just said that. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second here, and I'm gonna pull up him on. I'm gonna pull him up on the wiki, and I'm gonna explain just exactly why he is so backwards of a character. At least in my opinion. This is my opinion. This is not a reflection on the staff as a whole. I need to add Oops, that's not what I want. I'm not sure if this will work here. All right. Oops. I do not think I've done this correctly. No, I have not. And I am lagging the game. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. I mean, Thing, for one, he's got his immunities, which are great. I mean, you can't burn him, you can't bleed him. I don't think he can be... Okay, you can't chill him. He can be poisoned. But he has also got a high crit resistance. Great, fantastic, awesome. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Here's what doesn't make sense. I want you to notice this evasion bar right here. That is 3 bars of evasion. In his tank, we go to Stonewall. He cannot dodge while it's active. Why the heck does he have 3 bars of evasion? Why? I hate that. That to me, that single piece of information alone ruins him. Because he should have much higher attack. He should have defense through the roof. It doesn't make any sense. That's right, Joey. It doesn't make any sense. And I hate that. ISOs can save him, but evasion is pointless on him. Because if you're using him as a tank to protect probably Sue in his Future Foundation alt, which, I mean, look at these. Look, you got Future Countdown. Everything boosts by, accuracy and attack boost by 35% with both of them there. He's got Tough Guy, so he's going to build his defense even more, especially when he's attacked. Please make it make sense. Why does he have any evasion? So... You're right, Joey. I don't think he can be saved in his current iteration. That said, I will make it a mission to fix it. Because we can't change stats. We can't change stat bars. But I think we have figured out a way. And I won't say why. I won't say what it is. But I think we have found a way to make Thing. I hope we have. Because he's in his kit, it's not, I mean, yeah, his kit could use some upgrades too. Like this 60% stun chance, it should just be a full stun. It's an L9, it's got a 2-round cooldown. It should just be a full stun. Fault line, fine. Claw burn time, excellent, great, cool, not a problem. This Stonewall and this evasion, ridiculous. So yeah, it's gonna get fixed. I'm not going into detail about it because it's not been approved yet. I don't get to make that call. That calls Kelv and BR and Panda. But Thing needs to make Thing great again. I'm sorry. I'm co-opting it. Make Thing great again. That is, you know what? That's going to be our new motto. That's our new motto for the channel. Make Thing great again. Okay, back to this battle here. Now that I'm getting off my soapbox. See what I did there? Do not use Stonewall. We're going to try and stun her. Make it 100% stun. Jeez, that was a full proc. Oh, no, it wasn't. Oh, my bad. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Forgot about that. But it's a great wiki. It's an awesome wiki. It's beautiful. So yeah, I tried to stun her. It didn't hit, or it didn't stun. Now I'm going to exploit combos. Oh man, you can't even set him up. All right, does that reduce? It does exploit slow, so we'll go here. We'll do this. We'll get the slow. And then we'll exploit the slow. Oh, sorry about another drink. 60%, by the way. Under 2 and 3. Oh, gosh. Should I cheat it? No, I'm not going to. I'm going to try and win it right without exploiting bugs. Does she still have slowed? Yes, she does. Bingo. All right, one more punch should do it. One more punch should do it. In fact, I think I'm just going to go here, and I think this is going to be guaranteed. No, it might not be. We'll do this. She's got staggered, so she shouldn't, yeah, shouldn't dodge anyway. All right, so that's that battle. That is one of the tougher battles, but it's as long as you don't use Stonewall, as long as you don't use Thing how you're supposed to use Thing, you'll be fine. And here we go again. All right. Thundra, you are a worthy opponent, Grim. As your reward, what answers do you seek from me about the man known as Wizard? Thundra was another fun one to write because, you know, these two characters together. You have Thing, who's very informal. Thundra, who, in my mind, very formal. Very, Wonder Woman-like. Very noble. Along those lines. So, writing her a little bit more proper, I think, is a good contrast between Thundra and Thing. And I think it just makes some sense. Shield's a bit worried, Wizard being quiet and all. He been trying to recruit you again for this frightful goon squad? Wizard is still not over my perceived betrayal of him. I dare say he'd rather, what is the phrase? Suck lemons than try to curry favor with me. Guess you got a point. Well, you'll hear from him. You let me know. Of course, and if you need a warrior in battle against Wizard, it would be an honor to fight alongside the Fantastic Four again. All right, that's that battle. Joey asked, talk about Thing being saved in the future. Does that mean we're going to have more heroes reworked in the future? So we don't like to use the word rework because we want to keep the original as close to the original as possible. Obviously, there are a lot of things we've changed to really make the game more enjoyable, less of a grindy chore. I mean, there's still some grindiness to it. That's part of the game. But as far as, we've changed PvP to make it more competitive, more strategic, less about unlocking the best heroes and just going with it. And I know that a lot of people like that. I understand. To an extent, I agree. But we felt like this was the best idea for the game to add those restrictions in. Make it more of a competitive, not repetitive. You fight your 30 battles with the same team every week, every tournament. It's just, that's not fun. It's a chore. Obviously, we're adding the one-shots. That's new. But it's to enhance the lore of the game. Especially with Mockingbird and, because I think we're doing Mockingbird tonight. So you'll see about that one. Nightcrawler, there was someone on Reddit who said they absolutely loved it. And it built the lore for Nightcrawler, not just Nightcrawler, but even the villains that he fights. We had Storm, and it's more just adding to the lore, realizing some stakes that may not have been realized in the original because they didn't have this outlet of you doing these one shots and giving a insight into who these characters are. Anyway, another soapbox moment. Yeah, that's a good point, BR. And that's something that we still have to work through for season 2 with the worthy meta. I mean, the worthy meta, how long did the worthy last? I mean, it was at least 10 seasons, right? And that's boring. It's just boring. Thing being saved. So yeah, we don't like the word rework. We don't like the word rework, but how we will do that is through alts, through ISOs, to give heroes that need the love some love. We're not going to rework classic Thing. It's just not happening. Thing is how he is. But we can give him something new to improve him and make him usable. Because, I kind of felt bad forcing not just Thing, but Mr. Fantastic too. Because they are easily two of the weakest heroes, not just in Beta 6, in the entire game. They just... they're not as... I would say they got power crept. They were power crept at launch. I mean, they just weren't good. So, we're going to work on that and try and get these characters up to where we think they should be. And then you asked about which heroes you think are weak or in a place that it doesn't make sense. I think anybody who has paid attention on the server knows I absolutely despise Cammy. I think she's awful. She does a lot of things, but nothing really all that good. And also, part of it was her story, the way she was introduced. I'm not a fan. I have been on record saying I will never write anything for Cammy. And I know that's not actually going to happen because we're going to write something for everybody at some point. And I think there is a story for Cammy. We just need to find it. And you know, find her voice, if that makes sense. A lot of this is finding the character's voice, giving them a voice to build upon, and so that's not spoilery. I don't think I'm almost certain that anybody who has ever paid attention to server when I've been around, it always gets brought up that Cammy, I hate Cammy. Another character that I think is weak, that a lot of people disagree on, is Black Cat. We talked about this when we did when I did her one shot on stream. She is such a fun character with so much potential story wise that she never should have been in the original 28. Out of all of the original 28, that is the one that stands out to me as, why is she here? You could maybe say that about Sif, but I think Sif even has a better slot, a better reason to be there than Black Cat. They never did anything with her in Spider-Man. What was her first appearance was the 2.3 epic or deploy for the epic boss. And then she doesn't get seen again. I don't think she's a team up until like chapter 7 or 8. Nightcrawler didn't have anything until chapter 9. I don't think he even had a deploy until chapter 9. And he was a mission team up there. So Nightcrawler was not a favorite of mine in the original either. I hate that alt because all it does is he makes him a pirate. It doesn't really add anything to him. I think in terms of alts, I think Black Cat has the worst alt of anyone. Her alt is essentially a ISO. Putting 3 stacks of bleeds on her L1. Just it's an AISO and it's pointless. So if I were to get my way, we would do something with Black Cat. We would do something with Nightcrawler. Yeah, you're not wrong, BR. You're not wrong. That most alts back then were E or A ISOs. Sorry, give me 1 second here, guys. I got a message on something. I apologize. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I think Black Cat and Nightcrawler with Alter still are still strong. Everybody's strong compared to Thing. What would I change in both? I will not reveal that. Nightcrawler, I don't really know. I'll say that much. I will not reveal what I think should be changed for Black Cat, because that has potential of actually being completed. Sorry, guys. I'm very distracted at the moment. I know we can't reveal the changes, but are you going to... No, we're not going to remove anything. No, we would never remove something. Yeah, we don't want to remove anything. I do think that there are certain ways to fix heroes that need to be fixed that I think that needs to be changed. Like Thing. I'll go back to Thing because he's the example, and because I just talked about it. The fact that he has evasion is ridiculous, but we cannot remove or change his stats in game. That's just not something that we don't want to change the original stuff, and B, because of that, we have to stick with that. So we can't just give him an alt with completely different stats. The stats have to stay the same. That said, we can give him an ISO that can, in theory, affect the stats. And that's all I'll say on that, because BR is pointing the sniper rifle at me. And if I say any more, I'm afraid that the stream will end. So let's do Human Torch and Electro. But yeah, stuff will not be removed. We will find ways to change things that need to be changed. All right. Dubs is... Yeah, well, there's two snipers, and they're both here. And when I don't have my sniper rifle trained, the other one does. Oh, man. So, I wrote Electro as a sad sack. Let's just read. Electro, I can't believe my mom didn't remember. Human Torch, what got you down, Sparky? Can a guy go for a walk around here to clear his mind without being accosted by a hothead like you? Recall this was based on TA. It might have been. It might have been Max Dillon before he became Electro. But this is another instance of Electro ends up becoming a hero, and then nothing ever happens. He never was turned into a good guy. He just showed up one day at S.H.I.E.L.D. and said, "Hey, let's have some fun." All right, sorry. Got more water. Drink water. Sponsored by water. Can't a guy go for a walk around here to clear his mind without being accosted by a hothead like you? Not sure what I'm doing would be considered accosting you. Just wanted to see if you'd have a chat. Have a question only you could answer. Oh, so you can have me thrown in jail for something I didn't do. You know, villains have rights too. I'm sick of people thinking I'm less than just because I steal things. Money, jewelry, a couple hot dogs from the cart down the street. Now that I think about it, I'm glad you came around. I've been looking for a fight all day. I always want to fight. I always wonder if anyone else has to deal with this. And as we know, they do. Some kind of Hulk up on thing would be awesome. It's a good idea. I think for Thing, it would be the defense building, and he gets that on his alt. So I don't know if we would change that, but it's possible. All right, this one's easy. As long as you don't get... as long as you don't... He doesn't apply the current thing to where all the attacks become electric, which I think he just did. Nope. All right. This one should be okay. Oh, it did. Dang. Yeah, so the nice thing is that Torch dodges everything, but as soon as all of his attacks become electric, this battle takes a while. So you gotta burn him. Awesome. I don't think Electra uses any melee, but let me check. I don't think any of his attacks are melee. Maybe BR knows off the top of his head, but yeah, it's all ranged, so just gotta keep doing this. Man, that hit hard. Ah, should have burned him. I didn't see that he lost his burning. I might lose this one, guys. Especially if he gets another hit in. Alright, there's the dodge. Oh, but crackle. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cheat. Sorry, not much to talk about during this one. Oh, I think that might be it. Oh, I stayed alive. Okay. Did I get... Nope, I still have everything. So this is still going to take some time. Yep. But the burning is doing the damage. So even at that, Torch dodges so well. I mean, evasion buffs are broken right now. As long as you can keep him burning, or keep burning on him, this should take him out, I think. Nope, not quite. But yeah, this one, it's more about survival. All right. You know, we don't need to fight. Tell me what's going on. Like you actually care. Just get it off your chest. I bet you'll feel better. Ugh, fine. It's my birthday today. No one has called me to say anything. Even my mother didn't call me. Octavius only calls me when he wants something. Osborne is... Well, you know Osborne. How about Wizard? Heard from him lately? Why would you bury the knife even deeper? I'm pouring my heart out here and you just twist it! Sorry, Max. That wasn't my intention. We're just trying to make sure Wizard isn't planning something big. Well, if he isn't including me in it. You know, you don't have to live a life of villainy. You could make an honest living, fight the good fight, make some friends that way. The only way I'd fight beside you is if someone makes me. My way is more profitable. Whatever you say, Max. Oh, happy birthday. Yeah. That one, yeah, it was mostly to kind of set up him being lockboxed. I'm going to actually go and read his covers really quick. So his story, Spider-Man. Okay, what's going on here? I thought Sparky was on Doc Ock's side. Electro, ain't got a choice, webhead. See this gadget on the back of my neck? You strapped a bomb to his head? I thought we only did that to superpowered psychopaths, not superpowered sociopaths. But seriously, guys, this is going too far. I didn't remember this. They mocked their own lockboxing of Sabretooth. They mocked it. Even they thought it was stupid. Sorry, I'm yelling. But Tony Stark. It's not a bomb, it's a neurological inhibitor. Should Mr. Dillon start acting like his old Sparky self, this little beauty will effectively shut him down. Completely non-lethal. Coulson. It's a safety device while Max works on his community service. As we agreed. Isn't that right, Max? Electro. I got it, Coulson. I play the good soldier and you get my prison sentence reduced. I act up. Your stupid leash gives me a jolt I won't soon forget. Coulson. Fast learner. There's hope for you yet, Max. Now we just need a handler. Spider-Man. Why is everyone looking at me? Aw, man, come on, guys. I already have my hands full with Kraven and Lizard. Coulson, don't walk away from me. So that's his story. And we poked at it, obviously. We want to give these characters backstory, especially the ones who never got any story at all. All right. Hey, BR. It's your choice. Which one do you want me to do next? Which fight should I do next, BR? I don't know. Anyone know what that building is? I'm all of a sudden not... Oh, New York Public Library. I think we should do the Secret Wizard one. Yeah, sorry. Although, remind me to tell you what just popped into my head, BR. Invisible Woman. Wow, I've never seen the Royal Palace before. Susan Storm. Such an appearance in our place unannounced would be considered an act of war. I assure... Oh, hey. BR, there's an update. I assure you, Queen Medusa, I'm not looking for a fight. I talked to... You may be a friend, but I would still expect some courtesy. Do we appear in the penthouse of the Baxter Building without invitation? We do not. I understand, but... There are no buts, Susan. Citizens of Adeline must know that their interests and safety are defended. Prepare for battle. I should have seen this coming. So the trick to this one was we didn't want Medusa to be like total villain here. And so we decided to make it so Sue was actually more the villain in this case. I mean, it's total misunderstanding. You'll find that out. But let's put up the shields. And then we just go for broke. Ooh, now I definitely have to put up the stun. This battle's pretty straightforward, usually. The stun definitely doesn't help, and I thought we tried to remove all those stunning moves. Oh, BR. BR would kill me if I didn't. Brand new background. This is the throne room on Adelan in the palace. I think I need to do shields again. Don't stun me. Fantastic. Oh. No, I'm not going to do it. I think I can still win here. Oh, there's the crit. There's the win. Got lucky on that one. But that battle's fairly straightforward. Yeah, it's fairly straightforward. Just put up your shields and then L1 her to death. Please, I promise you, I'm not here as an enemy. I only want to ask you if Wizard has been in contact with you. Wizard? Why would I be in contact with him? We're merely ensuring we don't get blindsided when there is so much happening down on the surface. You're a former ally. You're a former ally. I wouldn't put past Wizard. I think that's another word we're missing in there. I wouldn't put it past Wizard to try and gain the might of the inhuman royal family beside him. I can assure you I have not spoken to Wizard in a long time and have no intention of doing so. My time standing side by side with him came at a time in my life when I was still looking for my place. Now I found it, and I don't intend on going back. I understand, Your Highness. I do apologize for how suddenly I appeared here today. I do hope you accept my apology and that we may be able to work together again in the future. Of course. And I do hope you understand my position. Oh, Sue! I forgot you were coming. Crystalia, do you mean to say that you knew Susan was coming here today? Did I not tell you? So many things going on, I must have forgotten. On that note, I should get back to the Baxter building. Please travel safely, and I hope we can work together soon as well. Tell Johnny hello for me. Oh, and now we're into the boss battle. I'll never get used to using the teleport. Why are the alarms going off? Sue, can you check the security cameras? No need. We have a few uninvited guests. The wrecking crew is trying to force their way in. Well, we were asking about Wizard a lot today. Looks like we know who is on a speed dial. Everyone converge on the Baxter building. Looks like someone wasn't speaking with candor. Oh, and this one needs to be over here, but we'll get that fixed. Just a beta. Little birdie told us you freaks was looking for Wizard. What you weirdos are really looking for are some broken jaws. Reed, I think we found out who's in Wizard's inner circle. Yeah, and we're here to tell you that Wizard don't care what Doom's got cooking. He's got his hands on some of his own ISO 8, and when he's ready, you'll know about it. Is that all? No, that's not all. He wanted to make sure the message stuck, so he sent us here to make sure you don't forget it. That tracks. Ben, why don't you tell him what time it is? Gladly. It's clobbering time. For the purposes of this battle, Thing is pretty useless. But so is Mr. Fantastic, so... Let's see how this goes. Oh, I should have him in his... I don't think I've bought it yet. I was actually dumb. I should have gone with something else so he could possibly attack Sue, but I don't think he would have attacked Sue anyway. I think we would have attacked Torch, so yeah, this should work. Oh well, he's gonna get countered. Bye-bye. And then here. I mean, this battle's pretty easy. All you need is the storms and you're good. Now here you definitely want to protect... yes, that is accurate. I hadn't thought about that, but yeah. The wrecking crew has been involved with the Wizard in the past, so I don't know what Wizard's gonna look like when we eventually end up getting him in. Basically what his 4 are gonna look like. But yeah, this was all very much just referencing a lot of comic reference. Hey Doc, how are you doing tonight? Yep, with a cool pointy hat, I'm sure. Let's do that and get some points. All right. All right, and then here's our roulette. I think this is the Fantastic Fix. It's either Fantastic Formula or Fantastic Fix. And I got shield points. Great. Yeah, you better run. Don't think they can hear you anymore, big guy. Let's get upstairs and discuss what we found out. And that is the Fantastic Four one-shot. Oh, yeah, a little bit more here. Sorry. So who do we think notified Wizard of our interrogations? Don't think it was Electro. Can't believe I'm going to say this, but I actually felt bad for the guy. Wanted to get him a cake. We're going to talk about that in just a bit. Medusa is adamant that she has had and wants nothing to do with Wizard. Can't say I blame her. That palace is beautiful. I think Thunder was flirting with me, but no dice on Wizard. She ain't exactly on his good side. But he's even got one, if he's even got one to begin with. Then it must have been Maury. I did feel he was being reticent when I spoke with him. Maybe Wizard has figured out he doesn't need to limit himself to 3 others. I'd say we'll do well with just the 4 of us. Yeah, we do, Susie. Yeah, we do. Then I better report back to Nick, and I'm sure he'd like to hear my new idea for a combat gadget for his many agents. Why not share it with us first? It's an upgrade to the Fantastic Formula. Not only will the subject see an increase to physical characteristic, it will also afford them a small regeneration as well. Sounds great, Reed. Oh, Johnny, I almost forgot. Crystal says hi. Oh? I should really call her. But she's always covered in dog fur. It became a joke behind the scenes that Crystal and Johnny are the two... let's say that they have a full social calendar. And, of course, they were together at one point. So, but yeah, that's... For me, it's always fun to make these kind of references. Just because... And Kate... Hey, don't be talking about my Kate. You keep her out your mouth. And beautiful Kate. All right. Well, you guys earned one more one-shot from... Oh, where is it here? Let me just make sure. BR, yes. That was my idea. I just read your PM. Yes, that is my idea. Yep, all right. One more one-shot. All right, so this is Mockingbirds. I got to make sure I have her ISO'd. This was... Oh, gosh. BR, I'm going to probably mess some of this up. During the coding process, a lot... Whenever there was like a missing asset, I believe, it would always be Mockingbird's icon that would appear. And so it became an inside joke with the coders that if anything was wrong, that Bobby was behind it. Yeah, and BR just pointed out there's even some bosses later in Beta 6 that she still Mockingbird will appear up for. And so we decided, and I mean, we're outside of the 2-week spoiler period. If you haven't gotten there yet, I'm sorry, I'm going to spoil this for you. There is an extra covert task that goes along with Mockingbird, and this OS. I've already completed it, so I can't show you until I do it on my new account or my new save. Well, then fill us in on the inside joke, BR, because apparently I'm not inside enough. Anyway, she has a covert task that awards. It was specifically when selecting a uniform for the agent. Got it. Okay. So yeah, if you would go in to select a uniform, the list was just Mockingbird, essentially. And so that gets tied in with the covert task that the agent gets an Agent 13 uniform. She also, the agent also gets a pair of the goggles and a pair of their own battle staves, because these break apart. And they work in functionality with each other. So the uniform and the goggles will do... it will allow you to change class like Bobby does. All of the gear, research times, and tasks are on the wiki. It's pending the task list dialogues. Okay. Let me see if I can't pull that up then. What did we name? Was it Song of the Mockingbird? Wait. Battle staves. Okay, sorry, going to covert task gear. We need to add that. Okay. Go ahead and pull this up here. So here is the Mockingbird covert task called Song of the Mockingbird. I believe that these heroes are merely required for the epic boss. And so you actually need them before you can even unlock Bobby. So task 1, or I guess it's listed as task 0 for Mystique's, not Bobby's. For Mystique's, not... Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. That's why they're all mutants. Yeah, that makes sense. So task 0 is recruit Mockingbird. Then it's completing the one-shot. And after the one-shot, we get the story of Agent 19. So you send her on a flight deck mission. You come back. You got to defeat some Hellfire Heavies. The Intel Goggles. This is the first piece of the Agent 19 set, as it's called. When used with the Agent 19, yes, yes. I think you would have figured out that I'm not turning off my ad blocker for you. When used with the Agent 19 uniform is equipped, it applies critical intel to self. That's what allows basically allows Bobby to change classes. I think that it's preemptive, the preemptive class change. And then it's a quick action, and it applies weak point. It's a lot like her goggles, in her kit. Then it's use Mockingbird's critical intel. Then it's use the intel goggles 3 times. Then we got to defeat some betas. Understaffed. I like that. And then the battle staves. This is the second piece of the Agent 19 set. If it'll open. Good lord, my computer is slow tonight. It's probably because I'm streaming. I need more RAM. When Mockingbird is present, apply toe-to-toe to all allies. And then toe-to-toe is... it increases the next melee attack. Yes, I'm using an ad blocker. Congratulations. Deadly crits. So really, the uni and the goggles work together. The staves and Mockingbird work together. Thanks, backseat driver BR. And then using Mockingbird's moves, use the staves, defeat elites, and then in my opinion, the crown jewel of the Mockingbird set is the Agent 19 uniform. It allows the agent to switch classes. It is my go-to uniform for PvE. And I don't think that it's even a question that it should be yours too. And then, yep, here's Mystique. Because, well, we'll find that out. Let me go ahead and pop open the Agent 19 uniform. And we'll take a look at that. Do you want to scroll up, BR? That needs to be changed right there. And then Intel Goggles, it gains tactical insight. When attacked, it changes class to the counter targets counter class. It's not triggered by counter attacks, and it reduces damage by 50. Yeah. Continue to sight. We got it. We're good. But yeah, so yeah, definitely, in my opinion, this might be the crown jewel of all gear in Beta 6. The way we balanced it is it's almost not usable in PVAI because of the restrictions. Not purely. I mean, you still can, but in many seasons you can't, because otherwise it's super powered. It's a super powerful gear, and you'll notice there are no EISO slots on it, and we will not be putting any on there because it's too powerful on its own. So I fully expect this to be a season 1 type of gear. Once you get into season 2 and you can get the agent unis that have empowereds, you'll probably switch to those. But this on its own is probably better than any EISO you can get. Well, maybe not, but for the agent, probably. Sorry, I've been talking too much. You know what, guys? I'm going to take just a couple minutes break just to rest my voice and get my eyes off the computer for a minute. So I'm going to be back in just a couple minutes, and we'll do the one shot. So go ahead and throw that up there. I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. All right. All right. So, all right. So we'll go through this one shot. This one shot I think is on the easier side because Mockingbird is just so good. And it's very much just based in the lore, or building the lore and how she got where she was at. Excuse me. All right, Colonel Fury, you wanted to see me. I did, Agent 19. Are you ready for your next assignment? Always, sir. Good. You're headed to Little Italy. Black Cat has heard from a couple of her sources that one of the Magia families is moving something today. Something big. ISO 8? Not sure. Hardy doesn't think so because ISO 8 is so plentiful, it's not usually kept a secret anymore. You trust Hardy, sir? Isn't she... What I mean to say is, her reputation isn't the best. I trust her as much as I trust the next guy. So not much? Ha! I've always liked that about you, Bobby. Yeah, I do keep my eye on her, but I trust her. When it comes to Magia dealing, she hasn't been wrong yet. Reconnaissance, sir? Affirmative. Get there, find out what they're moving, and report back. Got it, sir. So a lot of that is... we're building on the lore that we have built with Black Cat and Fury in the one shot. So it's a little bit of self-referencing, but I'm okay with it. And so as many of you probably remember, the whole impetus of the Mockingbird special operations was that she's gone missing. This is the story of how she went missing. So, all right, this is the place. Don't see much movement yet. Wait a minute. Are those ninjas? The Hand and Elektra? What are they doing here? Damn ninjas are always so quiet. Ugh. Gotta get closer if I'm gonna find anything out. This is one of those instances where I wish she had someone to talk to, but couldn't really do that here, so. Do not just stand there. Get in there and start helping. Why do I get stuck with the C team all the time? I know you're there. Show yourself. You won't like what happens if you don't. Is this not Target? I was looking for the bullseye. Yes, Bobby is a basic white woman. Always going to Target. He's busy with other things. I guess you'll have to deal with me. See what we did there? So much for recon work. Alright, this is, as usual, very straightforward, especially if you have her at level 6. Yeah, I knew you would say something, BR. That's why I said it. Bobby is anything but basic, but I do think that she probably likes her pumpkin spice. Oh man, so much bleeding. Let's go ahead and do this. Goodbye. Not quite. Thought you didn't. This is blonde woman profiling. BR, do you care to tell everyone what you said about my writing of certain women? This should do it in. Maybe not. Oh no, am I going to lose on the bleed out? I don't think so. Yes, that I write sassy women really well. Oh no, she followed up. That's a draw. Oh no, it didn't. It didn't proc. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh, that should have she should have bled out there. Oh, sorry. Gosh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm yawning. I'm getting tired. Hey, sometimes bugs are features. You think you're just gonna sit here and watch? Ham, sorry, Elektra. I can't have you spoiling my hiding spot. Nighty night. Hope no one walks by. Hate to explain why I'm dragging a body behind a dumpster. And then she starts singing, "Hush, little baby, don't you..." Oh, it's about time something happened. Well, you're right. In this case, yeah, the follow-up never should have occurred. Because Elektra was already KO'd. And so that follow-up wasn't actually necessary. And in that instance, yes, because she would have bled out after the follow-up. But that it does seem like it's balancing, but it's still kind of buggy. Anyway. Oh, it's about time something happened. All right. Let's get going. We're behind schedule, and I ain't going to be the one to explain why the shipment is late. I'm going ahead, and if you ain't on the road in 10 minutes, you're dead in 11. You, with me. I don't know why, but I always thought that line was kind of clever. Yes, I'm tooting my own horn, and I don't like to do that. But I was really proud of this line. If you ain't on the road in 10 minutes, you're dead in 11. So, they really talk like that. And of course, we are going to mock. Because mock is in her name. Grab the gate. Don't need no one knowing what's going on here. Too late for that, Hambone. That's your name, right? Hambone? You know it ain't, girly. Nothing to see here, so why don't you keep that cute little butt of yours moving, sweetheart? Wow, I'm not sure which part of that sentence I should be most offended by. So how's about yous tells me what yous moving and alls gets out of yous way? You mocking me, sweetheart? It's in the name, isn't it? Then how's about I teach you some manners? You did just hear yourself, right? And this battle, again, she's going to turn into a bruiser, and she's just going to sweep. Does he have... He does not. So we're going to take out... Well, we'll stun here. Thank you, Doc. I thought it was pretty good mobster banter myself, too. There really isn't a whole lot of strategy to this other than just deal damage. Controlling the hitman up here is probably the best idea because you can't stun Hammy. So yeah, she got some, I don't know who it was, but she got a little bit of slander from someone, and I don't remember who it was. I was just, on the server one night, and, someone was saying that she wasn't necessarily all that strong, and I just can't agree with that. She hits like a truck. She switches classes, so she's never at a disadvantage in class. I guess she doesn't... I mean, I almost never use her stun unless I'm controlling. It's always L6, L1, L9. If I'm scrapper, then yeah, I'll use her L2, use the L1 follow up, and then you just smack around with the L9. Yeah, I mean, magic is good. I don't know. I just feel like Mockingbird is so... She's like, well, the other thing, BR, yes, she's worked flawlessly. Yes, she doesn't have any bugs, basically. But, I mean, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's your bias. I was so upset that they did not pick up Most Wanted because Adrian Palicki was just perfect. Yeah, you better run or drive, I guess. Now I better get back if I'm going to see what they're moving. Just in time. What is that thing? I need to get a closer look, but if I get too close, I'm going to have to fight an army. How about you fight me instead? Oh no, Emma! Oh no, Emma found her, guys. It was Emma the whole time. It was Emma the whole time. Emma Frost says I live and breathe. I sense sarcasm, Miss Morse. Oh, wait a minute. We already did Mockingbird. No, never mind. No, we didn't. I had a discussion about this with someone, though. Oh, yeah, never mind. It was BR. Someone had said something in... You sense? I thought that was something you just know. It's just a turn of phrase. What business do you have here? Still looking for target. What business does the Hellfire Club have here? That's for me to know and you to die trying to find out. Alright, and again, I don't know if you noticed that we maybe should have gotten a little bit creative and, you know, switched some of these classes around. And maybe we do that later. But for now, I mean, she's just going to be attacked, so, or an infiltrator, so. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Doc, is challenge mode. But that's still not official yet. We aren't for certain on that. I just want to point out, watch Emma very carefully during this whole thing. Unless I kill her right here. Nope. Again, straightforward, just do damage. I don't think she's ISO'd, and that might be why I'm struggling. Man, she's only using War Diamond. That's so weird. I wonder why she's only using War Diamond. I can't figure it out. BR, is there something wrong with the code? Why she's only using War Diamond over and over and over again? Could that be a problem with the code? I don't know. Because diamonds are a girl's best friend. I mean, maybe. That could be it. Well, am I going to take her out yet? What's the estimated damage? Well, let's do... Go slow. Alright. We'll twin strike again. We'll recharge. Let's do this. Ah, yeah. I've never known Emma Frost not to try and psychically torment an enemy. So do you and your Hellfire cohorts know your true identity, Mystique? I'd like to mention that this guy's just standing here. What they know doesn't matter. What matters is you not being able to tell your shield masters anything about this. I think that popped a little too soon. Because she should counter, and that might take him out. Nope. Oh my gosh, Mystique! Oh man, I was not expecting that. This should go pretty quick, because now she's going to change into a scrapper. And she's just going to pummel. In fact, she's probably going to counter and I don't know, BR. Who did code that? I have no idea. What? Who wrote her into this? I am so... This was not approved. This was not approved. Not approved. Mystique was not supposed to be there. Cannot believe this. We've been infiltrated. And then this gear here is the Neuro Wipe. Hey, 30 gold. All right, who wants me to spin again? Should I spin again? Nobody tell me. If you don't have the Neuro respin. I don't know if I have the Neuro Wipe, to be honest. One more time. All right. All right. One more. One more. Streamer luck. Yep. I know a guy. Are you going to tell me what you're doing here now? This is all so much bigger than you or me, little bird. You have no idea what you've gotten yourself into. I've gotten myself into tougher positions than this. Now let's finally get a look at this thing. Looks like it could hold a body. What is this thing? That's something you'll never know. Wiper! Hey, get off me! Get off! Good. Now get her in the truck. Let Wrecker figure out what to do with her. And that is the Song of the Mockingbird. We've really got to look into stars on this BR. Something's not right. 23-3. And Nick, worried, calls in Black Widow. Romanoff, report. She's not here. Her panic button is sitting here on the ground, smashed to bits. Further signs of struggle? Yes, sir. An Electra is lying unconscious behind a dumpster. First the Magia, now the hand. What else could go wrong? How about AIM joining the party? A truckload of them just pulled up. Get out of there now. Retreating to the extraction point. Hill, it's Fury. Sound the alarms. We need all hands on deck. We have a missing agent. And then that leads into the first special operation. Yeah, they just keep the regular mission rounds. We need to adjust to no deploys. Yeah, we do. We definitely do. I feel like with Storm, because I'm on 3 stars with her, and I've only got 41. So the math is there. We just, it needs to be applied to the first 5, because even Nightcrawler, I've only done it once, and I have 2 stars on it. So. But that will be something we need to fix in a patch at a later time. Yeah, so that was Mockingbird and the Fantastic Four. How about we do a little bit of PvP or PVAI to end the night? Show the Agent 19 stuff. I can do that. Let's go here. Oops. Well, this is unrestricted, so I can change some stuff around. Let's change the Coulson to... If I can find the staves. Let's see. Let's get Mock. We'll start with Synergy because of my setup. I think Black Widow will be a good combination. All right. We're up against the tin cans. All right. Let's do this here. We're going to incapacitate. Huh. Oh, well, that's probably the tactician bug. And we're going to try to stun. Yeah, we got the stun. Oh, I might have done something very stupid. Yeah, Captain Britain was another one I was considering, but if I'm honest. Alright, now is this going to apply toe-to-toe or not? Let's find out. Hey, there it goes. It also set up breakthrough? Yeah, I screwed up. I should have taken out... Oh, AI! Screwing themselves over! Yep, there's toe-to-toe and also breakthrough. I don't remember breakthrough being a part of it. So breakthrough might be additional. Breakthrough might just be an additional code, and I don't mind it. Unless it is tied to the goggles? But I don't remember the goggles. Yeah, alright. Breakthrough is in the doc. It's not on the wiki. So let me pull up the original doc. Breakthrough is in the doc for default of the staves. I'll be honest, I don't know that I've used the staves outside of... That's the goggles, that's the staves. Yeah, okay. Oh, there's a lot of stuff that is missing from the wiki. Because it applies weakened and slowed and breakthrough. Okay. It's been a while. Like when did we write this? Like when did we create this? I don't know how to look from... Page setup. Where is... Version history. Here we go. Come on. I need to restart my computer. I want to say that this was written... well over a year ago, and maybe 2. So it has been a while for me. Looks like March of 2024. So a year and a half ago. It's been a while since I've looked at that doc. But yeah, the wiki needs to be updated with the full stuff for the staves. Let's see. Who do I want to take out here? I think we'll go with Stark. Because that, yep, stunned. Goodbye. Goodbye. The weak point must have been used already. There we go. The Agent 19 set in action. We'll do a couple more with this group, and then we'll switch over to Captain Britt. Quad B, as I like to call him. Hey! Perfect. Oh, and they got the Warbringer axe. It's even better. Whoever came up with this team, good on them. My headcanon for PVAI is that you were fighting shield agents with life model decoys. I love that. Absolutely love that. Oh, Doc, you missed my thing rant earlier. Unless you were here and you were just being quiet. It'll be up on YouTube. Make thing great again. Yeah, Joey asked my thoughts on Thing, and I gave them. That's the best way to put that. I'm going to check your work, BR. Yeah, that looks a lot better. That BR, that's a terrible joke. That's awful. I love it. Man, Bobby and Natasha with Agent Dubs, Agent 084 in this case. BR looking at my agent name and getting the reference. All right, let's go ahead with Quad B. Make sure he's ISO'd. Heh, Bobby's not even ISO'd. Never mind. Yeah, Bobby has always been a beast. I could tell in the one shot that she wasn't ISO'd. Here in PVAI, you really can't tell. Looks like I have to go here. Also, I don't need rocket pistol if I don't have torch around. I probably... Oh, no. Oh, that's not working. That's pretty good. Oh, there it is. Don't run the... Dang. I don't like all that radiation exposure. On the bright side, though, now he can't do it again. Bleeding and burning. Let's hopefully try to... Oh, I forgot. Forgot about the... Dang. Oh, well, he's stunned now, so he shouldn't protect. Yeah, Doc, I'll be honest with you. I think with ISOs versus without ISOs, pretty sure it's the same regardless. Alright, I'm going to test this to see if he still protects when he's stunned. No, he doesn't. Awesome. That's working as intended then. I'm sure that I've checked that in the past. I just couldn't remember it. Here we go again. And not too worried about... Oh, well, that's bugged. I checked that extensively in Storms OS. The... Wait. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yep, I know what you're talking about now. Wave 1? I thought that fight was only one wave as it was. There is no armory. Doc. We removed the armory. I'm really not setting up Brian all that well. But this is his first move of the battle, isn't it? Oh well. Let's see. What's he got? Still nothing. We changed the boss battle for OS 7. You can tell I haven't played a lot these past few weeks. It's L1. That's L2 deletes flyers. Yeah. I just didn't want the counter class there. Don't do that. Don't do that, Doc. Don't promote that. Sorry. Now I'm reading chat and I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. The best part about streaming is an active chat. Players don't have that build though. Yeah, I know, but still. I would rather not promote that. Okay, let's build up a big attack for Brian. Oh man, she got destroyed. We'll save that for Brian. Let's go here. I want to stun. I am I'll be honest. I do not like PvP as it currently sits. Gains Roar of the Avalon and restores health each time an enemy dies. Lose Roar. Okay. Chance to gain an extra turn and Roar of Valor after attacking a target with Dizzy, Slowed, Exposed, or Weakened. Attacking targets with all 4 effects causes Curse of the Otherworld. Rescue has Weakened, Exposed, Dizzy, and Slowed, which means Curse of the Otherworld. Oh, no. Okay, is Curse of the Otherworld not working then? I'll be honest. I have not checked the bugs. But I'm going to do that now. I'm going to guess that it's in here. Line of Avalon does not trigger when an enemy dies. Curse of the Otherworld is not being applied despite having all 4 effects present. Yep. Okay. I know he is kicking up. Send to see what she thinks. You don't get stuff when you kill a character. No class buffs, no kit buffs. Yeah, I know, but I'm pretty sure that Curse should have still applied even on the kill because it's not. Well, it doesn't matter because Curse of the Otherworld is not even being applied normally. So it's kind of a moot point. It was never going to proc. Or never going to apply. I should change to a scrapper. The breakthrough and the toe-to-toe. Is this a blaster Iron Man? My gosh, stop hitting her. She's dead. Yeah, it's a blaster. Let's bleed him. Yeah, I'll be honest. I think I said this, but then I didn't finish my thought. I would love to revamp PVAI completely. I agree. It's the larger bug that things don't proc when characters die. I think it's why we don't have resurrection effects alone either. That's very possible. BR would be able to tell us that. But I'm not sure. Let's do one more with Quad B here. And oh, this one should be fun. Resurrection effects worked and then they didn't. That's pretty much how it always is. It worked at one point and then as in depart from the OG PvP. I'm going to get passionate here for a second. And this is just my personal feelings. I feel like with PvP, we can't replicate PvP. It's just, well, here's the thing, is my unilateral idea, I don't like to share my personal ideas because of my position. I tend to be able to suggest something, and even if it doesn't make it in as my pure idea, and other people have add on to it, or they adjust it so it's going to work better. I mean, but being where I am on the team, I don't like to share stuff like that, because there's a good chance that my ideas, not 100% chance, but a good chance that my ideas get implemented in some form. That said, I don't have much sway in the realm of PvP. I can give ideas, but I can't, it's not like an OS. Like, hey, you know what? I'm going to write a Black Cat OS and it's going to go in. I can do that as the writer within certain parameters. I can't do anything about PvP. The nice thing about our team is we listen to everybody. And if an idea is good, it will get in there some way. My issue with PVAI and PvP is we cannot mimic the spirit. We cannot replicate PvP. Pure and simple. We cannot replicate what PvP tournaments were. I think the win 30 battles and you're good, I think for beginners it's fine. I think it is I think for those of us who played the original and played at a high level, like once I hit level 300, I was in adamantium every time. I rarely lost attacking battles. Defense was coded to make it so you lost more than you won on defense. Like they worked to make sure that defense, you cannot lock. You cannot create a lock on defense. You could create a setup that won around 50% of the time, but I don't know anybody who won more than 50% of the defensive battles in the original. We cannot replicate a defense setup, so we can't replicate an elo system. You cannot lose battles in a day-to-day way. The current system as it is has no stakes. There is you will always get the hero. You will always win the hero. And to me and to other people on staff, it's not, it's like a pointless game mode. It's not pointless, but it feels like it. Like there are no stakes to PVAI. What I would love to be able to do is create multiple ways of playing PVAI. If you just want to go through it and win your hero, go ahead. Do your 30 fights. Get your lock boxes, get your whatevers, and you're done. If you take pride in creating being strategic, creating a team inside of the restriction, and we don't have any restrictions here, so that's why I'm able to, to play with these guys. If you want to play the thinking man's game, we need to give you a more difficult environment. I would love a legacy or a classic PvP like mode. I don't know that will ever work because for one, again, we'd have to basically fabricate how often you lose and how many elo points you lose, and I don't like that, because I mean, you're gone for multiple days. Like the game itself isn't timed. If you're gone for multiple days and all of a sudden you come back 3 days later and you've lost the equivalent of 15 battles and you've never gotten, you missed 3 days on the timer. I don't think we can mimic an elo system in this. This is BR saying this. I agree about difficulty. What I'll say is I do not want the wait to get the hero for 35 CPs. I want PVAI, whatever it looks like, to be the only way to get the hero. I agree, but not necessarily. I don't disagree, but I don't necessarily agree either. I think that at a certain point that you should be able to move on. And yeah, that's another good point, BR. You know what? We might as well just open this up for the floor, because I'm probably sharing more than I probably should. Yeah, it is a 100% offline game. Relying on timers is ineffective. Yes, the clocks can be adjusted. We've tried to find ways to punish players for that, but players are a lot. There are just some good, I'm just going to say it, there are some really good cheaters out there. Good for them. That's not how I want to play. If I want to cheat, I will create a macro to run 12.2 when I'm sleeping, or run my flight decks. To me, that is work without ruining the integrity of the game. Because you're not going in and just adding whatever you want. You've actually done work to do it in a way that anybody else could do it. You can create a mouse recording to redo your flight decks every 20 minutes, every 10 minutes, every hour, whatever you want. You don't get that. To me, that's not an exploit. That's not a cheat. It's kind of a cheat, but it is like an ethical cheat, I guess. You're not advancing the game. You're not automatically unlocking extra things. You're building your silver cache. You're building your CP cache while you sleep. And you still, even at that, you still have to wait for the energy to recharge to even do those battles anyway. You're not going in and refilling your energy bar every time. Correct. You are not risking the integrity of the game. You're using your creativity to, sit it and forget it, right? I'm not going in and adjusting my save file and giving myself 10,000 CPs, 1 million shield points, 1 trillion silver, bunch of gold. So that timers are never going to work. I wish we could do timers. I would love for there to be a way that we could do a timer function for PvP. And I don't mean set them for a month or 3.5 weeks or even 3 weeks. 10 days. You get 10 days to get your battles in. You have to win a certain percentage to hit adamantium. You have to win a certain percentage to hit vibranium, and you have to do a certain number of battles. And then if you lose, and this is where, like, to me, if you lose once, you shouldn't just be able to, move on. I think that you would need the difficulty tiers. So having multiple ways. You do the classic mode where you get we put a timer on it, and you have to hit certain milestones and certain winning percentages to win the tournament to unlock the hero. If you don't, then you go to a lower tier that is a bit easier. Maybe the timer doesn't happen, but you still have to hit a certain winning percentage. And that it ends at X amount of battles. And then if you still don't win that one, then you go to the bottom one, which is, win your 30 battles and you're done. This is my current state of mind. I think the reason why PVAI doesn't feel like it has stakes is because it doesn't have a difficulty to it. If I felt more like a true gauntlet, something you had to work to complete, build, craft, and strategize and all that. And then BR, this is my current state of mind. I think the problem is difficulty. If you lost battles in this version of PAI, it'd be an entirely different story. Yeah. At this point, you can't lose. You just can't lose in PVAI currently. Yeah, that's right, Doc. We can strategize against what we see. Like, I mean, there's not really much to strategize. This is just a pure damage team, but try to stun. Yep. Stun, and that opens up the tank so we can attack whoever we want. And I'm going to go after Juggy first. It's just, there's, granted, BR is going to, no, you can't lose a spec ops or a covert task either, but you should be able that special operations, the only thing holding you back is yourself. Play it at your own pace. There's the only time you ever did not get an SO hero was because you either didn't have all the heroes or you didn't have 25 gold. With PvP, you actually had to strategize to win. You were playing against other players. And I know a lot of people think that PvP was the money, and yeah, to an extent you're right. Having all your heroes at high levels, having the biggest armory. I hated the armory. That was, to me, the one gotcha part of MAA. See, yep, he's debuffed. So, let's go here. Getting rid of the armory. I think we need to find a new way to utilize the armory to make it harder. I think we need to find a way to make raise some stakes to where you could actually lose. Right now, you're always guaranteed to get the hero, and I know that's the only way. But for me, it's just, I don't know. It's going to have a lot more discussion around it. I can guarantee that. This is, let's see. I almost want the AI to have advantages over us after a certain league. A human has an advantage over an AI. Okay. That is doable. A different AI for PvP that is a lot smarter and effective than PvE. Messing with enemy team 2, probably not the solution, but a possibility. Now with PvA being the only way to get the hero, you'd either have a limited number of fights to win in PVA, or else you have to spend the CP. Well, I think that's I think that's what BR's point is if we made it so you could lose and be able to buy the hero later, then people will find ways to just start the tournament and let it run out and be done. Because there are a lot of people like me who hate PvP and PVAI. It's a boring mode. With the restrictions, I think it's at least you get a little bit of enjoyment out of creating, or a little bit of accomplishment by creating a winning strategy. But after you set it, you still have 30 battles, and you're not going, if you find something that works, you're going to just go forward with it. So, I mean, it needs an overhaul. For sure. I just don't know what it is. Yeah. Once you get into tournaments, you're going to have enough CP. If we really wanted to make it hurt, we would ramp up the amount of CPs you need to recruit the hero. But as BR has said, I just don't see that we're ever going to make them recruitable with 130 for CP. Otherwise, you just wouldn't play. You wouldn't play PVI. You wouldn't play PVAI. And you had to play PVAI in the original. So we're going to make it required. It's our job now to make it engaging, not boring. And it's a tall task. Because there are people who exclusively love PVI and don't even want to play PvE. But there are people who absolutely hate PvP and will only want to play PvE. But that's not the game. Yeah, you could not play the SOs. But and that's where I'm like, why would you play the game then? You need to play story to get heroes to play PvP. It's a circle that we just keep going around and around on. I did not expect us to get onto the track of PvP overhaul, but limited fights, you have to say play your 40 battles to get 30 wins. I mean, I think that's a very baseline idea, Doc. I think it's a lot like this, but you add the stake, and then if you can't get it done in your 40, you have to start over. It at least adds the stakes, but it's still, that's not engaging. That's not... It's not fun. It's not. It's not. It does. What's the word I'm looking for? You don't need to play with urgency, and that is very much the spirit of the PvP tournaments, in my opinion. Is that you had to play with urgency. You had, on that last day, you had to be on to make sure that you stuck at either sorry. You had to be there to make sure you didn't get bumped down. We don't have that. And we're not going to be able to replicate that completely. But I think we can try to mimic it. I don't know. It's a lot of discussion for us, that's for sure. All right, we have been live for over 2.5 hours. I think it is time to call it a night. Guys, thanks so much for stopping by. You know what? This, I think, might be the best discussion we've had so far. Also, make sure you vote in the one-shot brackets. The first rounds of the first two brackets are up. I think everybody here is on the Discord, but I'm gonna, let's see here. Would you like the contest to commence in the next week or wait? Would you like a contest to commence in the... Oh, that's something different. Okay. Make sure you go to the polls channel in the Discord server. Vote for who your one-shot winners. Let's go. Let's see if I can't. We can't go over. So they were randomly assigned randomly assigned matchups. So we did not do anything. I think the one thing we did is we saw. Did you guys find your last 4 contenders for the rest of the bracket, or do I need to think of more teams? You can think of more teams. We haven't really discussed them yet because group is the last, and it's also going to be short around, so we have a lot of time still. Spiral and X-23. X-23 is well ahead there. Sunfire and Phantom X, that would be a fun buddy cop movie. Phantom X is currently leading about 60-40. Emma Frost is up on Bishop, 62-38. Gambit and Iceman. That was the one thing we had at one point. The bracket had Gambit versus Magneto, and I thought, no, that feels wrong. So we did. That's the only thing we consciously changed. But Gambit is up 55-45 on Iceman. Magic is destroying Omega Sentinel, which is kind of upsets me. I really think Omega Sentinel's a rich character to pull from. Beast is destroying Avalanche 70-30. Domino and Psylocke, it's a pretty close battle. Psylocke has the slight edge. Magneto is destroying Havoc. Cyclops and Colossus, 62-38. Wolverine over Scarlet Witch, 56-44. I hated that you had OS against Magic. That it was purely random. Like I said, the only one I noticed that I did not like was Gambit versus Magneto. I don't think one of them should be knocked out right away. Yep, Shatterstar is getting the shat beat out of him by Deadpool. Juggernaut and Quicksilver. I did not notice that one. But Juggernaut up 56-44. let's see. Angel is over Sabretooth, 59 to 41. Kitty Pryde over Cannonball, 2 to 1, more than 2 to 1. Rogue demolishing Phoenix, and then Cable is up on Squirrel Girl. Avengers, Kang is up 2 to 1 on Thing. Shocker there. Doctor Doom is up 3 to 1 on Miss Marvel. Hyperion and She-Hulk are in a close battle, so are Black Widow and Thor. Iron Man and Wonder Man, another very close battle within a percentage point of each, a couple percentage points of each other. Vision over Falcon. Hawkeye leading over Hulk. That one kind of surprises me. 52 to 48. Hercules over Hellcat. Big. Black Knight over Wasp. 58 to 42. Ant-Man. This one was not expected. Ant-Man over Tiger. 62-38. It was funny seeing those two PvP partners against each other. Which two? Iron Man and Wonder Man? Or Hulk, Hawkeye, Falcon, Vision, Hellcat, Jugs, and Quicksilver. Oh, wow, you're well behind me, man. Quake, demolishing Mr. Fantastic. No surprise there. Kate Bishop over Human Torch. Not shocking there. Moon Knight over Blue Marvel. Not surprising. Black Panther over Hank Pym. Winter Soldier over A-Bomb. Ares over Invisible Woman. Yeah, we added the Fantastic Four in to because they were in a group, so we would give them singles, but it doesn't look like any of them are going to get out of the first round. So, oops, that's the wrong one. Well, I am going to call it a night, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I am now getting bombarded with Discord messages, so apparently people know that I said stream was going to end. So, again, thanks everybody for stopping in tonight. Hopefully we'll be able to do this again later this week and hit those last 2 OSs. Yeah, I know. Is that you? Is that all of you? Well, yeah, of course it is. Of course it's all of you. What are you talking about? Can I read this? Oh. Doc, if you want to, that's fine. I won't say what BR is talking about, though. All right, good night, everybody.